time. This will come bi-monthly, it'll come quarterly from this point onwards. This obviously started off as a large report with a lot in it. The longer we go on, the less there is to report in this report, so that's the thinking of just reducing the reporting frequency very slightly. So, Darren, welcome to the table. Are there any comments that you wanted to make on this report before we ask you some questions?
Just very briefly, a quick couple of headlines, and I support reducing this back and dovetailing it in quarterly to the capital program report. It's only about 10% of my overall program now, so support that. Some good news next week. At the Thomas Edmund Band Rotunda, we'll have a contractor on site, so that's work's going to start there, and I think that's a good sign of progress. Since I've been here last time, we opened the Riccarton Community Centre with great fanfare and success. It's been a good one to get over the line. And looking forward, in case I'm not back in time, Queen's birthday this year, the Opawa Public Library rebuild should also be complete as well. So that really is the last of the sort of significant large projects in the program. The remaining heritage projects are just a sort of a work in progress, so I'll take any questions. All right, thank you very much. Are there any questions for Darren on the report? Yanni.
Thanks. Do we know?
Centennial Hall, I'm going to refer that at the moment because John and I talked just ahead of coming into this meeting around where that fits with the Community Facilities Network Plan.
Haven't got much to report. The Spraydon Cashmere Community Board have asked for an update. We're preparing that update at the moment. It's a local facility in a local area, and we will be referring the decision making on that to that board. So it's a work in progress. At the moment, it's been secured and contained, and the ultimate future of that facility will be a board matter.
Thank you.
Right, okay, but there's no current budget attached to it.
At the moment, we've got an OPEX fund which at the time supported the cost of demolition, repair and or demolition of the facility. So I think we've got 600. Thank you, just enough at the moment. The initial costing on repairs to that facility to return it, I think we're well in excess of that.
Right. Okay. And I just wondered, in terms of Lancaster Park, I mean, we've kind of got it on the major facilities for the demolition.
Yes.
But we don't seem to have a project in terms of the reinstatement of the sport and rec ground, and given its historic status and also its significance, I just wondered whether there needs to be a kind of focus on that as a project in terms of the reinstatement.
I'm probably not in a position.
That doesn't form part of this programme of work, does it? This is outside of this programme.
No, it doesn't. It's a separate process, and I understand that my colleague Andrew Rutledge has briefed and reported to a committee on that. But I don't believe it's part of this programme. The ongoing development of that facility. I know it's not. My
question was, should it be to get it visibility in terms of getting reinstated?
Well, looking at the title of the report, Heritage Community Facilities and Heritage Earthquake Rebuild, the suggestion would, I imagine, be that it wouldn't form part of this programme of work and therefore not this report.
I'll find out. I'm happy to find out and give you an update on that. I know there was a closeout report due here shortly on the demolition component of the old AMI Stadium, Lancaster Park. So that may in fact answer some of those questions about what next.
Yeah, as long as we know where it is.
We were trying to get the information to inform the annual plan, so that the draft annual plan, so that we could make budget decisions. We've just had a finance report that's talked about some of the financial aspects of it. We still don't have the closeout report. I understand it's coming next month. That's pretty much going to be too late for the community to make informed submissions to our annual plan. But I think the key thing is going forward, just having visibility around what work needs to happen to get it, delivered in terms of that earthquake rebuild, if you like, of that community facility.
I'm happy to find out.
Yeah.
Yep, and if you're able to report that back, that would be fantastic. The closeout report, of course, will relate to the demolition project.
Exactly.
What comes next is what you're talking about, and it's important that we do focus on that, obviously, but I would imagine the closeout report to focus purely on the demolition. Yep. Any further questions? Pauline and then Jimmy.
I
Pauline.
want to clarify something in the report on page 88 regarding the St Albans Community Centre. And it says a temporary facility has been located on site to provide a facility for the new community and until the construction of facility is scheduled. But that was removed
Sorry, yeah, that's well out of date. That was
a
the
long time ago,
yeah,
so
yeah,
they've got nothing.
apologies for that. Yep.
I think it's important that that's not there because it's,
Yep.
they haven't had anything for, I think it might be almost 2 years, just off the top of my head. And it's because it was probably removed a little bit early. Nobody's fault, it's just the way the project got delayed. But as the report says, that was the old existing facility that was lost in the 2010 quake was due to be extended and expanded to the tune of about $3 million then. So they have waited a long time for this. It'll be 10 years by the time they get it. So I just wanted that clarified.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. Jimmy.
On page 83, this 5.3 under budget, this one mainly is affected by the payment schedule or by the behind the progress or similar.
So talked to that before, but
Yes.
just again to clarify, the contingency sums around the project sit outside in a program contingency fund, and at the moment we're tracking, we've got $5 million available to complete the rest of the program. The majority of the risk
Yes.
relates to South Library, which we're starting work on now.
Okay.
We're working with a budget there that's up to now 4 years old.
Yes.
So we're revisiting all of the existing plans, the QS costings, the escalation price, and a lot of that risk is assigned to South Library. So you'll receive updates around how that's tracking once we know more about South Library.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. No further questions? Yanni.
There was, thank you for the, the detailed report. Just in regards to the Linwood Library, where you've got removed from program, it's good because we know that it's removed from this program, but it just lacks the kind of what's actually happening. And I wondered if there could just be some additional text put in. There is a process underway to determine the future of that. And I think it's really important with the community when they read these reports, they don't just see, oh, nothing's happening, because there is something, as I understand it, underway.
So an update on Linwood Library.
Well, I think just maybe just if the text could be amended or something could be added, that just showed that there is another process by which that will be considered.
Yep, no problem.
I think that's good. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
All right, so I'm happy to move that we receive the information in this report. Do I have a seconder? Pauline Cotter. All those in favour say aye. Against, that's carried.